Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of our character evolutions. This week we have decided to switch it up and take the focus away from some of the main characters and give one of the little ones but still well loved characters a chance in the limelight. Who better to give this honour to than Gendry Baratheon, the love child of King Robert Baratheon. Right, so let's look into the journey of Gendry. Starting with season 1, Gendry Rivers, as he is formerly known as, is the last living love child of King Robert and unaware of his dad throughout his childhood. Gendry spent most of his whole life in King's Landing, where Robert didn't have a clue he existed. His mother died when he was younger, and once he was old enough, an unknown lord paid for his apprenticeship fee so he could learn to become a blacksmith. He then became an apprentice blacksmith under Tobbo Mott. Soon enough, Gendry became very skilled at his job, with all the hard manual labour helping him become a strong young man. Ned Stark, while investigating the death of Jon Arryn, learns that he was seen visiting Tobbo Mott's blacksmith shortly before he died.
He did not honour me with his patronage.
What did Lord Arryn want?
Always came to see the boy.
I'd like to see him as well.
Ned admires Gendry's helm he has made, which he tells him isn't for sale. Ned takes a close look at the boy and realises that he is Rob's son. After this, Mott sells Gendry to the Night's Watch. He is one of the last to leave for the Wall. Amongst the group he meets Arya Stark, who is disguised as a boy. He helps to scare off the boys who are harassing her. On to season 2, Gendry is travelling north on King's Road with Yoren and his recruits, becoming friends with Arya on the way. He is targeted by the City Watch due to his status of being King Robert's love child. Gendry recognises Arya as a girl and she confides in him and swears him to secrecy.
I can't know. No one can know.
They won't. Not from me.
My name's not Ari. It's Arya of House Stark. Yoren is taking me home to Winterfell.
The Gold Cloaks arrive and kill Yoren, capturing Gendry and Arya and the rest of the recruits. Arya manages to persuade them that Lommy Greenhands was Gendry due to him carrying the bull's head helm that Gendry had made.
You want Gendry? You already got him. He loved that helmet.
The prisoners are then taken to Harrenhal where they are brutally tortured by Sir Gregor Clegane's men. Gendry is selected to be the next victim, however he is saved by Lord Tywin Lannister, who tells his men that the prisoners are more useful alive than dead. Proving his point, he asks Gendry if he has a trade. He tells him he is a blacksmith and he is put to work in the castle's forge. Gendry practices his swordsmanship and is criticised by Arya. Tywin leaves Harrenhal with his army, but before he leaves, Arya arranges for Jack and Hagar to help her, Gendry and Hot Pie to escape, which is a good job, as once the Lannister army left, they massacred every remaining prisoner. Season 3 is looking up for Gendry, as along with Arya and Hot Pie, they have escaped and attempt to head north to River Run. They run into the Brotherhood without banners, who recognise them and give them food and drink. Other members of the Brotherhood return and have captured the Hound. He asks what they are doing with the Stark, and Arya's identity is
Girl! What in 7 hells are you doing with the Stark bitch?
While with the Brotherhood, Gendry helps by fixing their armour. Him and Arya leave Hot Pie behind and head to their Brotherhood's hideout cave. Gendry witnesses Beric's death during a trial combat with the Hound. He is then revived by Thoros. Gendry continues to work as a blacksmith for the Brotherhood and irritates Arya when he tells her he does not intend to go back to Winterfell with her.
You just said you
He
were
tells her
serving
that
Lord
this is
Beric.
the closest he has had to a family.
He
Arya
may be
tries
their
to tell him
leader,
that they could be
but
family.
they chose him.
However, he reminds them of their class difference.
These men are brothers. They're a family. I've never had a family.
I can be your family.
You wouldn't be my family. You'd be my lady.
Gendry is shocked when the Brotherhood exchange him to Melisandre for 2 bars of gold. He travels to Blackwater Bay with her where she tells him the truth of his heritage. Stannis confirms that he is Robert's son due to his appearance. Davos tries to reason with Stannis not to kill the innocent young boy. Stannis agrees to do a test first. Melisandre seduces Gendry, but it takes a turn as she ties him to the bed and leeches his blood. Gendry is then put into a cell under the castle. Stannis believes that the ritual works and plans to sacrifice Gendry. Davos then frees Gendry, sending him back to King's Landing in a rowboat. However, Gendry doesn't know how to swim or been in a rowboat before. Davos gives him a stash of supplies and tells him to keep sailing west for several days to avoid capture. Now putting season 4, 5 and 6 together, as he isn't mentioned much, Gendry is doing his own thing and isn't really about. He is mentioned by Stannis, who believes that Melisandre is talking about Gendry again when she suggests that they sacrifice more King's blood to the Lord of Light. However, she is referring to his own daughter, Shireen Baratheon. With the death of both Stannis and Shireen, House Baratheon becomes virtually extinct, with Gendry being left as the last known living person of the Baratheon bloodline. In Season 6, House Baratheon becomes fully extinct as Tommen Baratheon dies, although he wasn't technically Robert's child. Now on to Season 7, Gendry makes a bit more of an appearance in this season. So Davos finds Gendry in a blacksmith on the Street of Steel. After not liking the fact he was serving the family who murdered his father, Gendry takes on Davos' offer to fight for the North. Davos warns him it would be dangerous and tells him to bring a weapon. Although Gendry was never taught how to fight, and picks out a warhammer and explains it's the only one he knows how to use.
You might want to bring one of those swords.
I don't know much about swinging swords. But this I know.
As they both prepare to leave King's Landing, 2 gold cloaks arrive to inspect Davos' boat. Davos bribes them, however they return after noticing Tyrion. Gendry kills them with his hammer and the 3 of them escape. When they return to Dragonstone, Davos tells Gendry to keep his identity secret. However, Gendry immediately introduces himself to Jon Snow as Robert Baratheon's
This is Prince Gendry, Your Grace. I'm Robert Baratheon's son, bastard son.
He was meant to keep that to himself.
He notes how their fathers trusted each other, were good friends and fought together. Jon and Gendry get on well and joins him on his expedition beyond the wall. Gendry also warns Jon not to trust the Brotherhood after what they did to him, and they all head to see the army of the dead. Gendry talks of the fact that he hasn't seen Snow before, while Thoros asks Gendry if he is still mad with the Brotherhood for selling him to Melisandre.
You sold me to a witch.
A priestess.
Gendry angrily tells them what she did, however he is told to stop whining as Beric has been resurrected 6 times and never complained once. Gendry and everyone else are caught in a storm. They spot a polar bear who notices them. Gendry sees its blue eyes and asks if bears have blue eyes. It charges the group, taking out a wild. Realising they are fighting an undead bear, the group huddle together and get ready to fight. So Jorah manages to stab the bear with dragonglass, shattering it. Gendry helps the group with the trap, taking down some whites with his hammer, and the group kill the White Walker, and the whites accept 1 shatter. Helping the group capture the remaining 1, Jon realises the army of the dead are coming and orders Gendry, as he is the quickest, to run back to Eastwatch and send a raven to ask Daenerys for help. Tormund convinces him to leave his hammer as he would be faster without it.
Give it. Give it.
Gendry arrives to Eastwatch, exhausted as he collapses on the floor. He tells Ser Davos to prepare a raven, completing his mission. Now, Gendry may have not been the most important character of the whole series, but he sure had his fair share of scenes. Now he's back in the show, I wonder what will be in store for him in the final season. Will he be given the title he deserves? I mean, he is Robert's actual son. Or will there be love on the cards? We'll have to wait and see. That's all for this episode. I hope you enjoyed us doing quite a different character this week, and let us know if there are any others you would like to see. Thanks, bye!